Hi, this is John from Premiere Pro Classes, and today's tutorial is about how to make captions for your sequence. It's super easy. Let me show you how. So here I made a totally nonsensical timeline, and I want to add captions. So first thing I'm going to do is open up my text window. So I can go to Window on the top menu, and I can go to Text, and my text window is going to open up. If you go to Transcribe, you'll see that there's nothing transcribed in this sequence. So sometimes there is stuff transcribed already, but not all stuff is transcribed. But if you see the blue button that says transcribe, then just click the blue button and it's gonna do some AI transcribing for your sequence. And it might take a while to transcribe depending on how long your source clips are. Once it's all done, you can go to the Captions tab, and right here, the big blue button that says Create Captions from Transcript. So I'm going to click that, and it gives me a few options here. I'm going to drop down this menu, and the format, I'm going to keep it a subtitle. The style, I have no styles yet, so I'm going to show you that in a minute. Character length, how many characters are going to be in the line, minimum duration, gap between. So you could leave it at default. Sometimes I like to put the single line on instead of the double if I'm doing like a YouTube short and I don't have that much space. I'm going to keep it at double for now and create captions. So then, magically, it adds a caption track, and if I scroll through it, I can see that my captions are there already. Pretty awesome, pretty easy. Now, they're not always right, so now I want to do a little styling for my captions. So if I open up Essential Graphics, go to Window and go to Essential Graphics, and that window will open up, and you go to Edit, and you click on one of your captions, you can see that the Edit window pops up, but I want all of my captions. So I could either highlight them all here in the timeline, and that's going to affect all my captions, whatever I do here, or I can go to the text window and highlight everything in here, which is already done. So if I go back to Essential Graphics, everything's highlight. Maybe I want to change my font to impact, so I do that. And you can see that that changes the font to impact on all the subtitles because they're all highlight. I can also change the color. So maybe I want to make the color yellow, and now they're yellow. Maybe I don't want a shadow, I'll take the shadow off. And maybe I want a background to make them easier to read. So I'll click on background and make it totally opaque. And I'm going to make it black, and I'm going to stretch out the borders a little bit. So now I want to save this for my next video because I don't have to do this again. So here I can go to the top and say, hit the plus sign and say create style. And I'll just call it Captions JB and save that style and hit enter. Now I have that style. So now anytime I can go back there and just drop that menu down and go to Captions JB, and everything will be done for me. They're not always right, the captions, so what you can do is you can go to the text window and listen and see if everything's correct. So I listened to this whole thing and everything actually is correct, but a lot of times it's not. So let's say, for example, that something that is said here is not correct. If I click on that caption, it'll highlight in the text window, and then I can just double click it and change. Like say he said C2 instead of C3, I can just delete that and say C2, and then that will show up in the captions here. So you can change anything, and it's always good to listen to the captions and make sure that it understood the person correctly. And that's it. Easy to make captions in Premiere Pro. Anyway, I hope you liked this tutorial. Subscribe or like. See you next time. Thank you.